Do you internally want to combust when no one seems to have an actual plan? The whole, we'll figure it out when we get there, feels a little irresponsible and just mildly offensive because you're there tracking the timing, the parking, the backup plan, the reservation, who is late, and how this all became your responsibility once again. Everyone else is acting disturbingly relaxed while your internal organs are ready to collapse due to stress. Don't worry, you're not too much. You're not even that buttoned up. Your controller soldier has just initiated a protective response. If you're new here, the soldiers are adaptive patterns that your brain and body, also known as your nervous system, deploy under stress. They are not personality flaws, and honestly, at this point, they're not even your personality. They are protective responses trained through experience and reinforced. Each soldier has strengths, but each soldier also has a tendency to run rogue whenever the nervous system dictates something feels unsafe. The problem is the nervous system is not always accurate on what is unsafe. Today, we're talking about the controller soldier. Imagine this. You are getting ready to leave on a group trip with a bunch of friends. You booked this reservation 2 weeks ago after reading multiple reviews, so yes, you do know it is good. The departure time was discussed 3 separate times, and you even sent a Google Maps link in the group chat so everyone knows where they're going and is on the same page. And somehow, nobody is ready. One person still needs coffee. Someone forgot to pack. Another suddenly wants to just stop somewhere quick along the way, and nobody knows where the confirmation email is. So now half the group is standing around like confused Sims characters waiting for further instruction. Meanwhile, your body starts recalculating traffic, arrival times, alternate options, and whether this trip was obviously doomed from the beginning. Your jaw starts to lock, your shoulders rise toward your ears, and your patience starts evaporating in real time. And before you consciously decide anything, you hear yourself saying, okay, everyone stop. Why can't anyone follow the plan? And now nobody is having fun. Somehow they're all blaming you for not having fun because you should just loosen up. Well, the controller has entered the building. The controller functions like your inner stability officer. Its job is to create structure, predictability, and order so that uncertainty never becomes chaos or disaster. Its core belief, if I control everything, nothing can fall apart. The controller, well, they tend to become the responsible one. Ask clarifying questions that rival an interrogation, like what time, where exactly, what's the backup plan, what's the backup plan for the backup plan, and did you bring your charger? They watch people play it by ear with the same expression one might reserve for watching someone juggle lit fireworks indoors. And the controller spends so much time preparing for experiences that they often forget to experience it themselves. Now, in the Human Operating Manual, I do go more in depth onto how these patterns got wired into us over time. But for today, just know your controller did not wake up and suddenly decide, you know what sounds relaxing and straight off my bucket list? Controlling everything in life 24/7 unpaid. No, they didn't decide that. The controller, though, usually develops in environments where unpredictability had consequences. Things felt inconsistent. Mistakes carried a lot of criticism. Problems appeared because someone dropped the ball, or life blindsided you hard enough that your nervous system decided, absolutely not, never again will this happen to us. So the brain adapted. If I stay prepared, maybe nothing can catch me off guard. And what started out as protection got wired in to be the default operating system. Your body will tell you that the controller is coming online and about to take over long before your language and thoughts will, because the body initiates the pattern first. That's why when someone says we need to talk, your stomach drops before you have a thought. For the controller, the body is going to become very rigid, like cement slowly filling the system from the top down. The molars are going to fuse shut. You will get headaches that begin wrapping around your traps up to your neck, to your forehead, almost like a question mark. The eyes will narrow and start scanning for unpredictability, disruption, or loss of control. It's not really the most comfortable state to be in. You don't have issues because you have soldiers. In fact, they come with an incredible amount of skills. The issue is when the soldier is running every mission, like they're the only one qualified for the job, the only one on the team, and they apparently never need a break. That's when people will begin walking on eggshells, afraid of making mistakes around the controller. Conversations will become about logistics, not at all about connection. And the controller will start managing people instead of trusting them. And people will feel that. But the controller does come with gifts when they are running how we want them to, when they are not overloaded, because we do need people that are going to come into a situation and create structure and order for people so that then they can thrive. We need people that will pick up the ball because some will inevitably lose it. I mean, sometimes you forgot to bring a Band-Aid and the controller shows up. It's important. The controller has gifts. We just need to understand where to use them and where they need to take a step back. Unfortunately, I cannot just leave you here with a beautiful psychological insight for you to store in your brain forever like it's on a dusty shelf. So here comes your mission. Should you choose to interrupt the controller long enough to participate in life again, this is how you're going to begin catching the pattern in real time. First, notice when you default into control or bonus points, catch it in real time right before you take over, change the plan, step in, or start building a structure protocol that nobody even asked for. And then I want you to pause. Do not immediately take over and expect it to feel wrong, unsafe, irresponsible, and quite irritating. Pause anyways. Step 2, you're going to breathe in that uncomfortable sensation. I know it sounds revolutionary, but it works because we're going to redirect your focus from in here to in your body. So you are going to do a 4-second inhale. Then you're going to hold it for 2 seconds. And then you're going to exhale for 6 seconds. You're going to repeat that in the 90 seconds until that itch to control starts to subside. Step 3, we are going to check our mission. And you're going to do that by asking yourself one or all of these questions. Is this actually falling apart, or does it just feel unsafe because I'm not in control? Does this situation genuinely require more structure? Is this actually a threat or danger, or is my nervous system anticipating criticism, failure, or chaos before anything actually happened? Am I trying to predict something here? Then you're going to choose intentionally, either deploy the controller for its gifts or stand the soldier down because they risk going rogue or they are not appropriate for the situation. Your job is not to be perfect as much as all of you controllers are trying to decide the right way to do this so you can do it the best way. All I want you to do is catch that pattern. When we start catching it and start making different decisions, that is what starts the reconditioning and rewiring process. That's it for this week's episode. We absolutely need controllers, just maybe not supervising life every moment of every day. Next week is our final soldier in the series, so if you've ever procrastinated, disappeared, or become mysteriously busy and found yourself compulsively reorganizing your sock drawer because someone said, "We need to talk." The avoider just entered the chat. And let me tell you right now, the avoider, a lot of people misunderstand that soldier. So I'll see you on the next one.